All right. Over to you, Shay.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone, or good evening, depending on where you are. So like Samson said, my name is Shay. I live in Ontario, small town called St. Catharines, Canada. And today I want to show us a simple step-by-step system on how to relocate without the hassle of having to take the IELTS and without losing money in the process. Okay, so I'm going to do a short presentation, try and rush through it. And then when we're done, we're going to have the option of asking questions. You might have to mute some people. Okay, so my goal for today is to show us an effective system for securing admission and funding of scholarship to study, work, and live in Canada permanently. Like I said, no matter your age, without the IELTS and without spending a cent on agents. So there's someone who needs to be muted.
All right, Shay, please mute your audio. Please mute your audio because it's going to distract us in class. Not you, Shay. The other members of the class, please mute your audio.
Sure, there's a way you can even mute everyone.
Yes, I'm doing that right now.
Mute.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to mute everybody. All right, Shay, you can do that.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, Shay.
Amazing. Okay, so the Canadian government plans to increase immigration levels this year in 2022. And I want to show you how you can be one of those who will be able to study, work, and live in Canada this year. Okay, so why did I create this product? It's because it's obvious a lot of people want to leave the country by all means, because of so many reasons that we're not going to go into. And Canada is one of the top places to immigrate to now for several reasons that I'm going to talk about later. However, because of COVID complications and then a lot of fake agents out there, immigrating to Canada is becoming tougher by the day for some people. A lot of people are losing money to fake agents as well. And I want to help as many people as possible who have their hearts and their desires set on coming to Canada. So if you identified with any of the things I spoke about previously in terms of the fact that your heart is set on coming to Canada, I want to introduce you to the study in Canada route to get permanent residence. So why should you listen to me? Let me just get this out of the way because I have been there and I have done that, yeah? I have been in your position, I've been in Nigeria once, wanting to come to Canada, not knowing what to do, and then I'm in Canada today. I studied in the University of Lagos, graduated, worked in Nigeria a bit, left for the UK, and then came to Canada, yeah? So when I wanted to come to Canada, what did I do? Like every other person, I went to Express Entry and I set up myself a profile and I was in the pool. However, I was in the pool for a long time and nobody was calling me to come and apply for permanent residence. I tried to get a job in Canada. It was so difficult. I sent so many applications, I can't even remember the number. And then at the end of the day, I decided to come study in Canada. I did in-depth research. I applied to schools, and I'm also giving snapshots of some of the applications that I sent to professors in Canada because I was actually looking for funding. On the top left there is the email I sent to my professor. Below that is when she responded to me. And then on the right there is when she came back to me with the excellent news that I have been recommended by our graduate program committee for admittance to our graduate program for fall of 2018. And that was when my journey started. Of course, I got my admission. That's my admission letter on the left there. This is my funding. If you look at it very closely, I got funding for $27,000 for 1 year. My program is 2 years, so it was $27,000 each year. My tuition was about $22,000, which is a lot of money. And then I had $5,000 to take care of feeding and stuff, all paid by the school and by the Canadian government, and that left. On the right, I came to
Hello, Shay. Shay.
Maybe we should ask others if they can't hear as well.
Okay, if you can't hear, it's probably your network at this point because people can hear us loud and clear. So if you can't hear us, it's your network. Please check it out and make sure it's working fine. Shay, they can hear us, so fire on.
Okay, so I was saying, I was talking about my funding. Did I say that already? Okay, whatever. Okay, so I got a funding of 27,000 per year, and that's my study permit over there. This is a little bit of my profile. I did a Master of Sustainability. This is my page on the Brock University website. It's called brocku.ca. You can go there and search for my name and read up all that. And on the right there is an extra grant I got research grant. So if you're already in university, there are lots of opportunities to get extra funding and scholarship, which is that. And then just a little bit of that's me at Brock University. I was the international ambassador for Nigeria at Brock. So of course, representing Nigeria, attracting students from Nigeria to the university and all that. So I did all that and I got paid for it as well. So that's some extra money as well. And this is my certificate. I've blanked out all the, I don't know, sensitive and private information. And then I got my work permit, which gave me permission to work in Canada for 3 years. And within that 3 years, I got a nomination for my province, that is Ontario on the left there, for me to become a permanent resident. I applied, and this is my confirmation of permanent residence. So that is my journey of how I went from being a student, getting funding, getting scholarship, and become a permanent resident. And with all the benefits of being a permanent resident, my children get child benefits of up to $533 a month, free comprehensive health care, first consideration for government jobs, reduced fees for tertiary education, and then of course, I and my family are on our way to becoming Canadian citizens. So the basic thing now is, would you like to know how to successfully come to Canada as a student in a no-hassle way and become a permanent resident? And that's what this is about. So why am I talking about the study route? Because the study route is, as far as I know, is the easiest route with the highest admission rate to come to Canada from the undergraduate level to the PhD level. You do not need IELTS because you're from an English-speaking country and there are no age restrictions. So unlike the express entry, where by the time you get to 35, your chances of being invited for permanent residence begins to go lower and lower. For the study route, there's no age limit. There's scholarship and funding packages are available for some master's and PhD programs. Your family can join you. Your spouse will get a spousal open work permit and they can work anywhere in Canada full time. Your children get study visas and visit visas depending on their age. And then coming to Canada to study is a sure route to permanent residency because you get Canadian education, you get Canadian work experience because you can work part-time while you study. And then you can do all of this yourself. You can even start today. So the Study in Canada route, this is just a snapshot of what you need to do. It's just a 5-step process. You choose a designated learning institute in a province that will easily give you permanent residence when you're done studying. You apply to university or college, depending on your grade. If you had a 2.1 and above, or you have a 2.2 and below, will depend on which school you will go to. You get offer and you get a funding if you qualify. You apply for study visa. You arrive in Canada, get your study permit, you graduate, and you apply for permanent residency. It's a simple process, not necessarily easy if you don't know what you're doing, but if you know what you're doing, it's both simple and easy. And that is where I come in. I've already talked about this, so I'll just leave this. So why do many people struggle with this and still have their study visas denied several times? Because a lot of people come to me, they have tried to come to Canada to study and they've been denied several times. And the reason is simple. They lack proper guidance. They lack proper guidance. I'm just giving a little bit of statistics here. So Canada study permit applications for Nigerian nationals continues to increase. If you look at this graphic here from 2018 to 2019, there was like a 52% increase. And I'm sure that from 2021 to 2022, the increase will even skyrocket because a lot of people really, really want to leave the country. But then look at the refusals. There's a 5.4% decline in study permit approvals for Nigerian applicants, yeah? And then if you look at the next graphic, you can see that people who are actually 25 years and above get their study permits denied a lot from Nigeria, which is very much below the average. If you look at this graph over here, look at the green, the blue one showing the number of applicants, and then the red one showing the number of approvals. It's much lower than the number of applicants. So what do you need in order for you not to be in the group of those who have been trying or hitting their head on the wall and not making any headway? You need the right formula, and then you need the right guidance. And that's where I come in. How can I help? You're going to get guidance from someone who has been through the process, yeah? And if you follow the guidance, you and your family could be chilling in Canada by this time next year. You're getting a simple and clear step-by-step model that you can follow. You'll be on your way to becoming a Canadian permanent resident with so many benefits, all the benefits that I mentioned before, and so much more. The Canadian government is so caring. I'm telling you, they are beyond caring. You do not need any agents. Please, you don't need agents. Agents actually use this same blueprint I'm giving you to charge you so much money, and then they don't even know what they are doing, yeah? You can do everything yourself. Agents will want to push you to go to a particular school because they are going to get a cut of your tuition from that school, whether the school is good for you or not. So those are some of the things that agents do. And at this time, you can invest literally peanuts to get your hands on this information. And then when you get this and you're in Canada, you can also help your family members and friends who also want to come to Canada as well. So at this point, I'm just going to have to ask you a simple question. Do you want to relocate to Canada within the next 9 to 12 months? It's something that you either want or you don't want. So what if you could get a blueprint? You get clear video guides, you get PDF templates that show you step by step how to achieve your dream of relocating to Canada in the most affordable way possible. That is why I underline that, in the most affordable way possible. Is that something that you're going to be interested in? Well, such an opportunity is here. It's called the No Hassle NAIJA to Canada JAPA system. What is the No Hassle NAIJA to Canada JAPA system? It is a comprehensive step-by-step blueprint made up of videos and professionally written templates to show you how to get admission to Canadian universities and colleges from start to finish without using agents. Yeah, it saves you wasting hours on the internet, on YouTube, looking for videos and going down a rabbit hole that takes you to absolutely nowhere. It gives you a list of the designated learning institutes in Canada, shows you how to bypass the IELTS that so many people are scared of, shows you how to get funding and scholarship, and then how to transition to permanent resident after study. And then you have access to me. Yeah, I've been through this process. I've put so many people through this process. I have friends who are here who got funding as well. They're in Canada. Some of them are still in school. Some of them have graduated. Some of them are coming this year. You get access to me for advice when you get stuck. Yeah, like the blueprint is really clear. It's step by step. But if you do get stuck, all my contact information are there for anyone who gets the product. Okay. And then I'm giving a guarantee that if you are unable, there's a guarantee which I'm going to talk about later. So imagine how you will feel by learning how to do this by yourself rather than patronizing a clueless agent who will also use this same guide and charge you through the roof without any guarantees. Yeah, I know that some people don't want to do this process on their own for reasons best known to them, but this is a do-it-yourself process that anyone, I'm telling you, anyone can actually do, including you. I'm not going to talk about this. I'm just going to move. This is a story about someone called Samuel Olatunji. He was 43 years old and he had 2 children. And at the time I met him, he had been due to be an agent who charged him 1.5 million, told them they will give him a job he had been refused immigration to Australia because he was so desperate he wanted to leave Nigeria, just like a lot of us are. And because some of these agents could see the desperation in him, they were taking advantage of him. You know, there were so many issues. He had issues with his wife, but then when he actually met me, I told him what to do, gave him this same no hassle NAIJA to Canada JAPA system. And then 9 months later, he was in Canada. He's done with school, and today he's a permanent resident. So he is just one of the so many people who have been helped by this program. So I want you to imagine like, okay, what is she even saying? You decide to take a leap of faith. You grab this no hassle NAIJA to Canada JAPA system. You watch the videos, you read, you take action, you apply to probably 3 schools. And then you wake up one day to an acceptance letter with funding from 2 of the schools. And then you now have a problem which to choose, which is the problem I also had. I was like, okay, which school would I go to? Because there were 2 schools that actually wanted to work with me, and they were both giving me funding. Yeah, you send in your study visa application, you wait patiently, and one day your visa is approved. I mean, I just want you to just for a minute, just close your eye, imagine that I go through this process, my visa is approved, and in the next 9 to 12 months, I'm actually in Canada, in my dream country, like a lot of people tell me. Canada is their dream country. Yeah. So I put in this slide here because I get this question a lot. People ask, how much do I need to have? How much is it going to cost me to go through this process? And this is just a snapshot. School applications are usually between $100 to $150 Canadian dollars. Tuition, depending on the program you're doing, ranges anywhere from $5,000 to $30,000. And you see it's a big range. And if you're actually getting funding, your funding is going to cover your tuition, okay? Living expenses is $10,000 per year, Canadian dollars for the students. If you're coming with your family, you have to provide extra $4,000 for any other person that's accompanying you. Visa application is $150 for one person. You have to do medicals, which is about 50,000 Naira at the last time I checked. And then of course your airfare, which depending on the airline, 250,000 or so. And then you need miscellaneous of 100,000. This is just a snapshot. It doesn't have to be like this, but it is a snapshot. It can range anywhere from the lowest to the highest in this range, okay? So like I said before, what you're going to get, the comprehensive and all those things, the total value of all of the things you're going to get is 175,000 Naira. But you're not going to be getting it for anything close to that. You're going to be getting it as almost a giveaway. And that's why there's a gift sign there, because I'm giving it away for peanuts. This is not about making money. This is about helping people, because my heart breaks anytime people reach out to me and tell me all sorts of stories of their relocation to Canada. Some people have been duped of so much money that I get off the phone with some people and I cry because I literally cry, so this is about helping people. So where do you go from here? I've talked for about, 30 minutes. Where do you go from here? For some of us, we're going to, some people here are going to do nothing. Yeah. They're going to do nothing for several reasons. They don't have the time. They feel they cannot invest. They are just tired. They are going to do nothing. Some people are going to decide, you know what, I'm going to do it by myself. I've heard all she said. I know the process by myself. Now I'll go on YouTube and I'll go and ask other people or whatever. Fine. There are people that will do that. Some will decide to go and meet an agent. Despite everything I've said now, you go and get one agent who hasn't come to Canada themselves, who hasn't sent anybody to Canada, who is promising you probably a job or something, and you're going to spend all your money and get nothing. And then some people will get all the help and the support and the tools that they need. And all the help and support and tools you need, I'm going to provide it in the no hassle NAIJA to Canada JAPA system, including the support, personal support that you get from me, because you get all my contact details. It's in the blueprint. My email, WhatsApp number, my Canadian number, everything is in there. You can contact me for help. So the no hassle NAIJA to Canada system is going to help you avoid the nightmare that other people have gone through. Yeah. 2023 is, by the way, is at the corner. A lot of people tell me they don't want to be in Nigeria in 2023 when the elections will come. So like I said, this is all you're getting. The total value is 175,000. And for today, you get it for only 25,000. Only 25,000. Trust me, the value that you're getting in this blueprint including the amount of time you're going to be getting advice from me, is much, much more than 25,000 Naira. And if you plan to come to Canada, you should be able to spend 25,000 to get a blueprint that can actually show you the way. So there are several bonuses that I've put in here. There is a resource there that shows you how to get a job and accommodation in Canada. You do get to work as a student in Canada. I've included copies of my own admission letters, emails I sent to professors, the templates and the visa letters that I wrote, which is where a lot of people make mistakes. They have no idea how to apply for study visa. So you can get admission, but then when you get to a visa officer, they can deny you despite the fact that you have admission or you have funding if you don't know what you're doing. You get my direct contact information when you purchase. You get education in one of the best countries in the world, I'm telling you. You get to raise your children in one of the safest countries in the world. There are gun laws in Canada, unlike in the US. And you get paid to do so. The government pays you to take care of your children. You get comprehensive health care, and you are able to invite your family members to visit. You can invite your mom, your dad, your siblings to come and visit you. So is there a guarantee? Yes, certainly. So if you show that you followed the guide step by step and you're unable to relocate to Canada in 9 to 12 months, I will personally provide guidance with your next application for free, which means I will almost do the next application for you for free if you can show that you followed this guideline step by step, religiously, and you were unable to relocate. So what is it? What are some people saying? There are some testimonials in the sales page of the products. You can go and look at those testimonials of people who have actually used the product and have relocated. So the real reason why people don't take action, I mean, there are several people who will probably live here and do nothing. Number one is because of fear. There are people who keep on complaining. They complain, but they don't do anything about the things that they are complaining about. Those are people who stay in the same spot year after year. Yeah. Like, I really wanted to leave Nigeria and come to Canada. Yes, I was complaining, but then I got to do something about it. And that's why I'm here today. So if you cannot invest to at least try to get a better life for yourself and your family, and you cannot invest as little as 25,000, which is probably the cost of a good handbag, then Canada is probably not the place for you. And I don't say it with any malice. It's just a matter of fact. So fast forward a year from now, whether you do something or you don't do something, 1 year is going to pass. Yeah, like 2021 has passed and we're in 2022, 1 year passed, whether you do something or not. What is worst case scenario? Worst case scenario, which is not a bad scenario, is that you do nothing and you remain in your country, wherever your country is, Nigeria, Ghana, wherever, and then you continue to try, and make life better there. It's not so bad. But then if you take action, best case scenario, 1 year from now, you could be in Canada, going through winter, like we're going through, it's -14 today. And it's absolutely lovely. It is cold, but it's absolutely lovely. And if it's your dream to come to Canada, your best case scenario is that 1 year from now, if you take action today, you could be in Canada. Now, these are some of the questions I have gotten, but I'm not going to answer them because we're going to have like a short Q&A. People can ask questions and then I'll be able to answer those questions. Like I said, these are all the things you get: the video lessons, sample templates, which is what you need to stand out when you apply to a school and when you apply for visas. Don't forget that you're not the only person applying. A school might want to take, for the program I went to, they take 10 people and they have 500 or more applications. How do they choose? They use your templates, they use the letters you send in, they use your reference letters. What do your referees write? I show you all those things. Tell your referees what to write. How do you do your statement of purpose? How do you structure your application so that it is you they are choosing out of the 500 applications that they get? They get applications from all countries, yeah? And then they have to choose. I show you how to make your own application stand out. And then you get access to me for advice or counsel. So you're never, ever getting stuck. Don't forget all the bonuses I also mentioned: how to get a job in Canada, how to get accommodation, and then all the other things for just 25,000. It's a total value of 175,000 or more, because access to me for counsel. In Canada, if you're calling someone for counsel, they charge you $100 for 30 minutes. Okay, so this is an extremely limited offer. 25,000 is like, it's a discount. It's going for a discount of about 50,000. I don't know how long that discount will last, but it's a limited offer. So the truth is, if nothing changes, then nothing changes. Like, think about it. If nothing changes, like if you live here and you do nothing, then nothing changes, which means things just stay the same, except you take action to change them. And then if not this, what? And if not now, when? Let me just tell you that the express entry, the express entry has been paused since last year. Canadian government has now brought out a communique to say that they are cutting express entry levels by 50%. And then they are going to be doing occupation specific. There will be 3 years wait times. I don't know how it's going to be when it finally opens up. So if you need to come into Canada, you need to hurry up before those immigration changes actually catch up with you and then make it difficult for you to start coming to Canada, especially if you're not like very young anymore, okay? So like I said, don't miss out on this opportunity. Grab this step-by-step Canada relocation guide today. This guide will save you from feeling hopeless. It will save you from wasting money, wasting time trying to relocate to Canada when there seems to be very little hope. You will save yourself time and money, and you will save yourself from feeling helpless and hopeless, okay? Like I said before, 3 reasons why you need to grab this offer now. Things are getting harder in the country. The Canadian government keeps changing immigration policies, and this introductory price is going away very, very soon, okay? So thank you very much. Like I said before, this is all you're getting. I've said that before. Thank you very much for listening to me ramble for the last 30 minutes. So thank you for listening to me, and I hope to see you in Canada soon. So I'm going to put a link in the chat box. So that's the link you can click to see a video, this video that I've just shown you. You see a sales page which kind of explains the benefits of the product, all the things you're going to get, and how you can grab it today at this introductory price before this price goes away. So if this price is going away, it's going to go double. It's going to go from 25,000 to 50,000, which is actually close to the true value of the product, the real value of the product, okay? So thank you very much, and I yield the floor now. I'm going to stop sharing my screen. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Shay. I really enjoyed your presentation. You don't need to stop your screen. Can you just leave it on the testimonials? Can you take the testimonials? Where the WhatsApp testimonials, yeah. So while it is there, Collins, you can ask your questions. You don't have to ask permission. Type your questions. So Shay, are you ready? Do you have a bottle of water beside you? Because you're going to.
I have water.
Talking right now. So there are a lot of questions here. I'm going to just start reading it out.
Okay.
So the first one is Esther. Esther, I hope you're in the house. Okay, the first question is, are scholarship and research opportunities available for students who want to study courses in education and psychology? Are scholarship and research opportunities available for students who want to study courses in education and psychology?
Education and psychology.
Yeah.
So funding and scholarship, a lot of time goes to those who have like the highest CGPA. So those who have probably 85% and above in their last 2 years. And if your program is a research program, if it's a research program in a university, there is likely to be funding. Yes, there's likely to be funding. Now, I can't give a blanket answer because there are so many provinces and different schools that have different things that they are doing. Sometimes you need to do a bit of research, but if your program is thesis and it's in a university and you have a high CGPA, yes, you are likely to get funding.
All right, thank you, Shay. Esther, I hope your question has been answered. Now, the next question is from Mike, and he says, for BSc graduates from French-speaking countries, but a Nigerian citizen, will it still be compulsory for me to write IELTS? For BSc graduates from a French-speaking country, but a Nigerian citizen. Okay, that's the link on the screen right there.
Yes, I'm going to copy it.
Okay, thank you. Will it still be compulsory for me to write IELTS exam?
I want to say likely because you didn't school in an English-speaking country. So for you to be able to waive the IELTS, you need to have schooled in an English-speaking country, probably in the last, I don't know, 4 years. But if you're a Nigerian, you can actually make a case for yourself that yes, you are a Nigerian and you grew up in Nigeria, had high school in Nigeria, and only went to university in that French-speaking country. So there's a 50-50 chance, and that depends on the school, because to be fair, you didn't go to an English speaking school. So.
All right, thank you, Shay. Thank you for that. And Mike, I hope that answers your question. Now, the next person is named iPhone. I don't know who's behind iPhone, but I'll say it. As for school, what's the lowest grade to apply for? What's the
It doesn't
lowest
matter
grade
how
that you
low,
can
it doesn't
apply?
matter how low your grade is now. You can go to even a third class. If you have a third class, you can apply to a college. You can apply to a college. It's just that you will not be looking at funding or scholarship. But even if you have a third class, yes, you can actually go to school.
All right, thank you for the answer, Shay. Now, the next question. Celine, can an HND holder with a lower credit get an admission to school in Canada? Can I study nursing without using my HND results?
Did you do nursing before? No, I don't. If you didn't study nursing, if you didn't study nursing before, you might not be able to come and study nursing. I know that nursing is a very touchy area. There are a lot of people ask me, I did biology, can I come to Canada and study nursing? Not likely. When it comes to like medical field, like nursing and medicine, they are quite delicate. So I'll probably say no. You have to come and do something that aligns with what you studied before or your work experience that you have.
All right, thank you for the answer, Shay. Now, the next question, steadfastness. Can I get scholarship in healthcare programs with a 2.2 GPA?
So that would depend. You can get, but like I said before, don't forget that they start giving scholarships to those with the highest CGPA. So if, for example, they wanted to take 20 people and they already had 20 people who had first class and 2-1, then you will not get. Yeah, there are some programs that give everybody that they take, they give funding and scholarship, but then it's not every program. So it's not 100%. It is dicey if you have a 2.2 and you're looking for funding. Funding is usually almost certain for those who have first class and 2-1, but it is not completely certain if you have a 2.2 and below.
Okay, thank you, Shay. Now, the next person, Falayemi. Can someone who has 2.41 GPA get admission or do masters in Canada?
2.41 is what? Is it a 2.2?
That's
like I said before, it doesn't matter. 2.2. Yes, you can get admission in Canada, but in terms of funding, I think it just follows what I said for the last question that I answered. You can get admission, but funding, depends on your CGPA.
Okay, thank you very much. Now, the next question. I'm already a registered nurse in Nigeria, which is like a diploma in Nigeria. Is there a direct entry to do BSNC nursing in Canada? Let me read it again. I am already a registered nurse in Nigeria, which is like a diploma in Nigeria. Is there a direct entry to do BSNC nursing in Canada?
Okay, so I'm glad she said, which is like. That's the problem. One thing with nursing in Nigeria is that some people say they are registered nurses, but then which is like a diploma. So what would you call that certificate you have? What's the level of the certificate? And then if you say, is there a direct entry? You would have to apply like every other person. The only thing is that if you had taken certain courses before, they will give you credits, which means if you have taken a course that they are offering and you've done it before, you won't have to do it again. So you will get credit for having done that before. But in terms of a direct entry, the way we know it in Nigeria, no. But you will get credit for what you have, the courses you've studied before.
Okay, thank you, Shay. Now, the next question is from Marvelous. As a lawyer, which course can I switch to for masters in Canada? As a lawyer, which course can I switch to for masters in Canada?
Okay, so those kind of questions, I'm unable to answer without asking for more information. I can't give such specific things. But as a lawyer, I guess you can do an MBA. You can do something in administration as well, and probably something in public policy. Yeah, for masters. I don't know why you don't want to do law. Why would you not want to do law? You know, but you can do an MBA, you can do something in administration as a lawyer. You can do sustainability. Sustainability is for anybody. It's not specific to any program as well.
All right, so marvelous. You need to get one-on-one
Yes.
time with her. So once you invest in the course, you have all the time you want. I can't get it now when I get to Canada. So, so the next question, Infinix Hot 7. What is the requirement to apply for scholarship as a BSc holder? What is the requirement to apply for scholarship as a BSc holder?
But this is a consultation question now. What's the requirement to apply? Okay, the requirement is your CGPA, your transcript.
Okay, I hope that answers your question. So if you want,
it's your CGPA and your transcript. That's a question you pay for now.
So if you want more answers, just invest 25,000 Naira and she will give you as much time as you want.
Do you want me to continue sharing my screen?
Yeah.
Okay.
Put it on the link where they can get the
okay,
course.
where,
So,
okay.
yeah, I think that will help them get it.
I think I'll just put a slide on that. Okay.
Seems everybody wants to study nursing. So the next
question. Everybody wants nursing.
The link.
I'll put it there.
All right.
I'll put it, it's already in the chat. I'll put it in chat again and then I'll create a slide for it.
All right, let's do that. So the next question, I studied nursing in a college for 3 years and I practiced for 6 years in Nigeria, but currently working as a fulfillment operator in an international organization in Ghana. In your blueprint, I realized for me to get a scholarship, I need a university degree or PhD. My question is there a pathway for my qualification?
Okay, so that person is talking about nursing, right? They want to do nursing.
Yeah, they studied nursing for 3 years and they practiced for 6 years. But right now they are doing another job in Canada. I said Canada, Ghana rather, sorry.
Ghana.
So he or she is asking if they need, or what's the qualification they need? Because he or she thinks they need either a university degree or a PhD to get into Canada.
That question sounds like the person doesn't want to come to study, right?
Well, I can't really
just read again, yeah, because
okay, let me just take again. Agnes, I studied nursing in a college. Sure, let me expand this so I can see clearly. All right, I studied nursing in a college for 3 years and I practiced for 6 years in Nigeria, but currently working as a fulfillment operator in an international organization in Ghana. In your blueprint, I realized for me to get, okay, a little distraction here.
The screen, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll put it back up. Just.
Okay, so in your blueprint, according to her, she said she thinks she needs a university degree or a PhD to get qualification for nursing in Canada. So she's asking what qualification does she need to get that position, to get into nursing in Canada?
Okay, so since she already has, if she has a diploma or BSc, whatever in nursing, she just needs to come to Canada and take the nursing exams. There's a registered nursing exams that she can take. If she passes that exam, then she can be a registered nurse in Canada. So the pathway for nurses is that you do that diploma and then you take that certification. So nursing is just like medicine. You can't just come as a nurse from Nigeria and then come and practice nursing in Canada. No, they will put you through their own certification process as well. And then after you pass that, then you can practice nursing. But if you had a degree already, you can come to Canada and study something like health policy or something else on the master's level that is not nursing, but is health related. Do you understand? But if it's nursing you want, then you have to come ask the certification here, and then you be a registered nurse, and then you start practicing nursing.
All right, thank you, Shay. So the next question, if you're if your CGPA is 2.1, man, this question is confusing. What if your CGPA is 2.1 and you got your degree in 2010? Okay, you know what? Let's just leave this question. If that's your question, please type it again. It's not really clear. So next question, Osita. I studied food science and nutrition. What related courses can I apply for in Canada? I studied food science and nutrition. What related courses can I apply for in Canada?
You have to pay me to go and do the research for that. But that is too specific. I will not be able to tell you that here.
All right, Osita.
You can do some research, or you can contact me when you purchase the program, and then we'll talk about that.
All right, Osita, you know what to do. The link is in the chat box. Just make that purchase right now. Yeah. So the next question, Kunle. I have an MSc accounting and got a CGPA of 63%. Can I get a school for PhD accounting with funding?
63%. Well, I don't know what that 63% is, but like you can always, when people say, you can always get PhD, and a lot of times PhD is funded. PhD is funded. But then accounting at 63%, and then PhD is also competitive. So you have to look for, you have to basically do a research to look for a professor who is willing to supervise you and whose research aligns with yours. But then I really don't know what 63% is, but yes, it's possible.
All right, thank you, Shay. So the next question, Precious. I got my BSc in computer science since 2010. And I've been self-employed since then, but the job I'm doing is not related to my course. Can I still get funding?
Well, it depends on what your job is now. Yeah, like I said before, funding depends on your CGPA, and then it depends on the program you're going to do. Yeah, so if you're going to do something like an MBA, for example, which is a business program, usually it doesn't come with funding. So the government or the school doesn't provide funding for MBA. But when you're a student in the school, they have scholarships that you can apply to, yeah, which is not basically going to cover all your tuition like funding we do, but then they're available. But basically, like something like an MBA will not be funded by university per se. So you have to be coming to do something that has research. You'll be doing a thesis, you'll be doing some research, and that's why they are going to fund your studies. So there has to be funding there. That's why PhD, they basically will get funding, because every PhD will be doing a research. PhD is easy. It's the easiest way to get funding in Canada.
All right, thank you once more, Shay. So next question, Susan. For a married couple, is it possible we both apply as in separately? So the husband applies as a student separately, and the wife applies as a student separately. Is it possible?
Yes, very,
okay.
very.
Okay, Susan, so the answer is yes. So you and your husband should buy the course right now and start filling your form. Next person, Collins. My name is Collins. I was offered admission on project management, information technology in Seneca College, Toronto, Ontario, Canada in September 2021. But could not attend my September 2021 session due to visa delay. Now I have successfully deferred my admission to 6th of September 2022, but my visa would be expiring by 31st of July 2022. Please do advise on what to do to keep my visa valid before entering Canada.
You have to apply to them to extend it. Because when you defer the admission, you should have told them that you were deferring so that they can shift your visas to accommodate you in the new. So you didn't do it right. You would have told them, then they would have deferred that visa as well. So you need to apply for an extension of your visa.
All right, Collins. So I think you should just get her course, so you have access to her contacts, and she'll put you through. I mean, that's the best thing to do, Collins. Now, next person, Issa. Issa, you came late, so you should pay fine, but we are nice this evening. Issa said he joined late. As a Nigerian graduate, do I need to take IELTS for graduate admission?
No, you don't.
Okay, Issa, you don't need to take the exam for graduate admission, okay? Now, Selena is following up with her former question. Okay, she's a firefighter. She read chemical engineering in school. Can she get admission and also get funding?
For chemical engineering?
Yes, and
Or
also as a firefighter.
Well, firefighters, if you wanted to come here and do something in firefighting, you'll be going to the college. You will not be going to the universities, colleges that offer that. But if you want to come as a chemical engineer, depending on your CGPA, which you didn't mention, engineers do get funding for those who are doing a research program. They do get funding if your CGPA is high enough. So I don't know what your CGPA is, yeah? So it's just like this CGPA funding thing is just normal in life. Like they start from the top and then they start drifting down. Yeah, people who have first class don't even ask me, do I need, they know that they will get because, they are high up there. And then so long as they do the right thing with your application and then your references and the way you structure your application, you are likely to get. But by the time you are moving down to 2-point-something CGPA, it becomes difficult. And that's the truth. I'm not going to lie. It becomes difficult at that point.
All right, thank you, Shay. Now, the next question, I have HND in mechanical engineering. Can I also apply for work and study in Canada, and how?
You can apply for study now, and then when you're studying, you have permit, so to say, to work for 20 hours a week. So all students work here for 20 hours a week. Yes, so you can study and work at the same time, yes.
All right, thank you, Shay. So next person, Joseph. I have a postgraduate diploma PGD with CGPA of 3.75 in chemical engineering. Can I get an admission with funding in Canada?
To do masters, probably, yes. 3.5, he said.
3.75.
Well, that is looking to me like a high GPA, so I would say yes. 3.75 is a 2-1. I don't know.
That's 2-1.
It's 2-1. Yes.
2-1.
So yes, most likely you would.
All right. So Joseph, you know what to do. Get her course, contact her directly, and find yourself in Canada next year. Now, Sean, please, I do like to ask for someone who has graduated. Sean, this question is funny. Who has graduated since 2005 with masters since 2010? What are the likely chances for funding in applied science or medical science? Let me take it again.
Okay.
Please, I do like to ask for someone who has graduated since 2005 with a master's degree since 2010. What are the likely chances for funding in applied sciences or medical sciences?
Okay, so if the person has been since 2010, have they been working? If you've been working in applied sciences or medical sciences since 2010, then you are able to apply for admission. Well, like I said, I don't know what your CGPA is, but if you did medical sciences in 2010 and you've been working in the bank, you cannot go and be applying for medical science. It's too far back. You would have to apply to something that is in line with what you've been doing in the last maybe 5 years. Okay, so I mean, that's as best as I can answer that because that's all the information you provided. So funding will depend on your CGPA, of course, and then on the school you're going to and the program you want to go for.
Okay, thank you, Shay. Next question. I studied English and literary studies, and I've worked in the bank for 15 years. What are the likely courses I can apply for?
Well, that's a very specific question, but I would say you can go for an MBA. You can do something in marketing or something in banking. You can do sustainability, and I don't know, whatever else interest you have that is not, you can show that you have kept like in touch with that thing in the last 5 years, okay? So for me to answer that question, I have to ask other questions, but off the top of my head, those are the things I think that you can do. At least an MBA is general. Or entrepreneurship, business development, they have all this kind of specific programs that anybody can do, something like entrepreneurship. You can say you want to build a business, you're tired of your banking industry, you want to build a world-class business, you can go for a master's in entrepreneurship. So those are like easy things that you can use to get in if your education and your work is not like jiving.
Okay, thanks a lot, Shay. So next question, what course can someone who studied geology with a third class study in Canada?
I should be asking you now, sure you are the one that did geology. So usually what happens is that when you're studying, even when I was in the University of Lagos studying, our professors would tell us what, what line of work and what other studies we can do. So that's a very specific question that I cannot answer right now. But if you go on the internet and start typing, what does somebody in geology do? I'm sure you come up with something. So there might be a master's in geology. It might be something in engineering. It might even be an MBA. Anybody can do an MBA or entrepreneurship. Those ones don't care wherever you're coming from. I mean, anybody can always like modify or tailor their experience or their work experience or life experiences to suit an MBA. So that's what I can say off the top of my head.
All right. So next question from Yolanda. She studied insurance and actuarial science with a third class. So what related courses can she go for masters? Can she study for masters? She studied insurance and science, actuarial science for BSc. She came out a third class. Now she's asking what can she study for masters based on that results.
Okay, so I guess it's the same with what I just answered. I don't know off the top of my head. Actuarial science is a very specific program that I will not be able to tell you now what you should study. And then don't let anybody really tell you what to study. You should know like what your interests are, what you have done in the last 5 years, and then what do actuarial scientists do? Do you understand? So that should guide you in how to choose a program to study next. There are so many programs. Like some universities have more than 100 programs. So I might not be able to tell you do this or do that. But of course, if I ask you a few more questions, can be able to narrow down to something that you can do. And it's not something I can do on a Zoom meeting like this.
All right. So Yolanda, you need to invest in Shei's course. So sure you're serious enough about moving to Canada, and then she'll give you all the time in the world. Okay. So now the next question, which university can you apply to for masters in public health, or is there a specific list of universities to apply to?
You can apply to any university that actually provides study in public health. Like I said, there are 10 provinces, like states, 10 provinces in Canada. Some of them, like Ontario, has, I don't know, like 20 universities or more. Yeah. And then I'm pretty sure that all of them offer something in health, because health is a hot cake in Canada or anywhere. So pretty much all the universities, I can't tell you specifically because all the universities are good. They are top universities, of course, but I mean, what's your own with that? You don't want to go, you don't really care about those ratings. All the universities are good. So it depends on the one that you can afford, or the one that is in a province that you like, or in a province that it will be easy for you to get your permanent residence, yeah? But for something like public health, I want to say that most of the schools here offer something in health. They have to.
All right, thank you, Shei. So the next person, he came late again. He's from Ghana. I'm from Ghana, who would like to move to Canada, and my educational background is senior higher school. What are the chances of moving there, either through education or other means? Thank you. My name is Nuruddin.
Senior high school, I assume that's SSCE.
Yes.
In the Nigeria parlance. Okay. So you said chances of moving here to work. I guess I have to just say it now. Now, there are some people who call me and say, my agent has told me they can give me work. No agent can give you work in Canada now and process a work visa for you. Every other route to Canada is paused. I'm telling you, the agric route, the home care worker, express entry, work visas, nobody is processing it, please. If anybody tells you they are processing, they are lying to you. They can't give you work now. Nobody is employing anybody from outside of Canada as of now. Do you understand? So the only route that they opened up is the study route. For reasons best known to them, they want people to continue to come to Canada, and it's the students in Canada that they are transiting to permanent residents now. They are not taking anybody from outside. Last year, Canada met its immigration, whatever, with the highest they have since they opened the program, and they didn't invite anybody from outside Canada. Do you understand? Okay, so for now, if you want to come to Canada, you have to come to study and then transit to permanent residence or to working or whatever. If you have an SSCE and you want to come to Canada to study, that means you're coming to do a BSc or a diploma. You go to a college to do a 2-year diploma, and an advanced diploma is 3 years, or you go to university to do a BSc. But if you're advanced in age, if you're more than like 25 to come and do a BSc, you might get admission. It will be hard for a visa officer to give you visa at say 35, you're coming to do a BSc. They will not believe. It's not impossible then, but then you have to do a lot of work to convince them that yes, I'm actually coming to study. Yeah, so I mean, to get an undergraduate study is easy to get visa if you're say 25, 27 and below, but if you're more than that, then it's now like an uphill task for you. Yeah. So you might have to wait until they start taking people for work visas. Yeah. If you really wanted to come and work and you don't have time to study, you don't have time for that, because I don't know why you won't have time for that. Anyway, you might have to wait. So that's it for those who have SSCEs, because I know there are people that are going to ask about, I have an SSCE, what do I do? So that's my answer to those who have SSCEs.
Okay, thank you, Shay. So the next question from Hassan. I graduated medical school 3 years ago. Can I get a scholarship for pediatric of pharmacology for masters?
You graduated in which grade? So medicine is a little bit dicey. If you wanted to come here and study at the master's level for medicine and to practice, you still have to do their own certifications and all that. And I'm not sure that they provide their scholarship opportunities depending on what you're coming to study and then your level. I guess it's the same thing with other programs as well. Yeah, but it's just that for you to practice medicine, you still have a lot of hurdles to cross in terms of you have to become certified in Canada as well for you to be able to practice anything medicine.
Okay, thank you, Shay. So the next person, Mary Jane. I have a BSc in biochemistry, but I have experience in fashion design. Can I switch to study fashion in school in Canada, or should I go for the course I studied before?
You can come here to study fashion design. Anything that is in a fashion line, yes, you can. It's offered in the colleges. It's not offered in universities. So that would be a post-graduation diploma. But yes, you can.
Okay, thank you. So next person, I have a master's in 2016 in tourism and hospitality, and wish to have real practical experience and research experience. Can I get admission and funding in the course in Canada?
Hospitality and
tourism.
Hospitality and tourism would be like on a master's level, yeah?
Yes, master's.
I know that hospitality and tourism is a college program. I think so. It's usually in the colleges. So there would likely be scholarship opportunities for it, but not funding in that way. So funding is when the government, you don't pay anything. They just take all the burden off you. So a scholarship is a bit different. So for hospitality and tourism, it's a college program. There might be scholarship opportunities depending on the school you go to.
Okay, thank you. So the next person, Bumi. I have a 3.5 CGPA in HND, Animal Health Technology. Can I study personal support worker program in college?
I will not give you visa. The school can give you admission if you meet certain requirements, but I doubt that you even meet the requirements. But the visa officers will not give you visa because you're going from animal clinical to personal support. No, but you can actually switch to that when you're in Canada already. Do you understand? So you can get your visa with your animal something, whatever it is. When you come to Canada, you can switch. So that's a hack that I've just released to you now. You can actually switch to do the program that you want to do while you are when you land in Canada.
Okay, so Shay is already giving you free content.
I just gave away a hack now. Yeah.
All right. So, and remember, if you want to have more access to Shay and have access to our course where she has laid out the blueprint to get to Canada through the study route. Just click. I'm going to type a link now.
I'll put it again.
Okay, thank you, Shay. So click that link, you'll be able to purchase a course. And one of the benefits of purchasing this course is that you have access to all our contact details. So she's not going to give you an email address or Instagram handle or whatever, anywhere else. Don't waste your time asking. I will skip your question. You know what to do to get it. If you want it that much, invest in it. So the next person, Helen Gold. I have a BSc Business Administration. I applied for undergraduate in computer science and was offered admission in Canada. I applied for visa and was denied. Though I used my office.
Okay, sorry.
Okay. Though I use my office company accounts, the question is not complete. So let's just take care of the first part. I have a BSc Business Administration. I applied for undergraduate in computer studies and was offered admission in Canada. I applied for visa, but was denied. So I think our question is, what can she do about it?
Okay, so I have a feeling that it was an agent that told you to apply for undergraduate when you already have a BSc. So that's a mistake. You can apply for an undergraduate when you already have a BSc. They will deny you. And then another thing she said was her company sponsored her. That is another big red flag that will make them deny you. So those are some of the mistakes that people make, getting their company to sponsor them and then not knowing how to actually sell it to the visa officer. You don't just tell them your company is sponsoring you. There's a way you can actually present that will make the visa officer be positive towards it. And the reason I'm saying that is because they have a certain aversion to Nigerian applicants because of what people that have gone before us have done. They've done so many shady things, fraudulent things. So the visa understand these little tricks, but then I can show you how to bypass some of these tricks that they already know. So those are two red flags already on why this person would have been denied.
Okay, thank you, Shay. I think your network is going bad.
Some people I meet that have been denied before. Yes. Mine. Oh, sorry. How? Okay. Is it okay now?
Yeah, it's better now.
Okay,
better
great.
now. So the next question from Steadfastness. This is your second question, Steadfastness. He's asking, both in Nigeria, both parents can go to work and leave the child at home. But he says in Canada, there's child support and all this stuff, social workers. So what's the arrangement with that? Can you leave your child at home and go and work? Would there be any issue with that?
No, you cannot leave your child at home and go and work. You can't even do that in Nigeria, can you? Depends on the age of your child. There's an age where you can leave your child at home and go to work. But if you're coming here with a child, if it's just you and a child, you're going to have to prove to the visa officer that you have made arrangements for that child. So if the children go to kindergarten from 4 years old. So if your child is below 4, you have to make arrangements for childcare, yeah, or a daycare, so to say. You have to take them to daycare when you go to school, and then pick them up. I mean, how would you leave your child? I don't know how old that child is, but even you as a mother or a father, you won't leave your child at home. So you have to make arrangements. So what I see is when like two people are friends, I have a child, you have a child, you can drop your child with me when I'm doing something, I can drop a child with you. That's personal arrangement that some people do. But no, your neighbor will call the police if they see that you're leaving your child at home. It's your neighbor that will even call.
And I'll report you.
I'll report you. I know you can't do that. It's wrong.
All right, thank you, Shay. So steadfastness, don't leave your child in the house. Then the next person, this is Joseph, is asking, apart from educational programs, is there a program for skilled and unskilled professionals, that is technicians? Is there a program for technicians?
Okay, so they have those technical programs, but it's actually for people who are permanent residents or citizens. So it's not something that you can apply for as an international student that you want to come and do a technical program. No, but if you're already in Canada, you can actually go to those programs. A lot of them are free for people who are permanent residents. But when it comes to the school, in terms of education system to apply for visa and come here, there are no technical programs. But the colleges, well, some colleges offer, well, there are still postgraduate diplomas and diplomas, but they are more practical programs. You know, they have, the colleges here are like polytechnics or things that do practical programs. Well, if you come to learn something like a handwork, it's not something that you'll be applying to as an international student. It's something you will do when you're already here.
Okay, thank you very much, Sherry. So the next one, Joseph again, this is your last question. I'm not reading anyone again. Joseph says, can I transfer from Nigerian Open University to any university in Canada for the first degree and still get funding?
I will advise you to finish your studies before you come, because transferring in that way means they will just take note of credit. You still have to go and start from the beginning. They just take note of the courses you've done and give you credits, which means that they exempt you from certain courses because you've done it before. But that way of transferring from one school in Nigeria to a school in Canada here, it doesn't work that way, no. You have to either finish or you just take some credits and then probably still start all over again.
Okay, thank you. So the next person, Grace. I did HND Public Administration. What is the criteria to apply for Masters in Canada?
So a lot of schools would prefer to take a BSc for Masters. With a HND in Public Administration, what you'll be doing is a postgraduate diploma in Canada. There are certain schools, depending on your experience and the strength of your application, that will take a HND, but generally they will take a bachelor's. So a HND would go and do a postgraduate diploma and not a master's.
Okay, thank you. So Grace, I hope you've heard that. Now the next person, Precious. What is the average tuition for colleges for someone who doesn't intend on going to university?
Average tuition starts from $5,000, depending on the province. So there are some provinces where you might get tuition as low as $5,000, depending on what you want to study. And there are colleges that go as high as $30,000. So that's the range, is a wide range. Like if you want to come to a college in Ontario, for example, it starts from like 12,000, I think. But if you go to a place like Manitoba or New Brunswick, you can see as low as 7,000. So it depends on where.
Okay, thank you. So the next one, this person graduated from school in 2010 with a CGPA of 4.0 and is asking, is it still eligible to apply for scholarship?
Yes. From 2010. Yes, no, why not?
All right, so next person. I'm a graduate of computer science, BTech, about writing an international exam provided by Cisco, CCNA. Can I use the certification to apply to get jobs in Canada?
Yes, you can use that certification to apply to jobs in Canada. But like I said before, you might not be able to get a job applying from Nigeria at this time. Yeah, you can try, but you know, employers will not be waiting for you and get work permit and all to come to Canada. But if you are already here without your CCNA, yes,
yeah.
you would get it. Yeah, that's a very good certification, though. Yes, you would get a job. Then you need to be here first to be able to apply to jobs.
Okay, this next person, Ayobami, my advice is just buy a course, but let me read the question to you. Please, if I graduated from university at 2011 with second class offer, am I eligible for scholarship and how do I go about it so that I and my family can relocate? I studied English education.
2011, yes, you can still apply English education. So like I said before, depending on what you're coming to study and where, yes, anybody's eligible for funding and scholarship, like I said before, but then you have to have a really good CGPA. But whether you graduated in 2011 doesn't matter. You can still be able to come. Whether you're 45 doesn't matter. True. The people who are even coming into Canada that I see now are older people. A lot of older people are coming in through the study route.
Wow.
A lot
Everybody
of
wants
older people,
JAPA.
because yes, because they know that the express entry is not favoring them again. Before they closed express entry, the scores were like 470. And to get a 470, oh God, it was madness.
Wow, wow,
Madness.
wow. All right, so just as a note, we have 15 minutes left in this webinar. I mean, we've taken questions for like 30 minutes now, so we have 15 minutes left. So I'm going to, if you've asked the question before, I'm going to skip your questions because let other people talk and let's hear them. So the next person is, I graduated with the 2-1 in mass comm. Can I get full funding for masters? The answer is yes, right, Shay?
Yes.
All right, so I already know
You
some
already know how to
answers.
answer.
Then this next person is similar to the lady that is in Ghana. That's Selena. He says, I did 3 years in College of Nursing and I have 10 years working experience in nursing. In order to continue, can I apply for bachelor's in nursing with scholarship in Canada?
Bachelor's in nursing, you would not be eligible. Bachelor's in nursing is for permanent residents. But you can actually come and study a master's in something that has to do with health, like public health, health policy or something. Yeah. But for a bachelor's in nursing, no.
Okay, so next person, I'm a nurse and I have done my IE and processing WES verification. Now, am I still eligible?
Okay, so as a nurse, I want to assume you're asking if you're eligible to come into Canada and be a nurse. So like I said before, you need to take a certification exam when you come to Canada in order to study nursing. But if you wanted to come in now with the certification that you have, then you will have to come in and do a diploma, probably a 2-year diploma. When you're done with your diploma, you do the certification for registered nurses, and then you are able to practice as a nurse in Canada. That diploma, I don't think it has funding for nurses. No, I don't think it has funding.
Okay. Next person, Kenny Love. I have a master's, MA in English. What course can I do that will be fully funded in Canada?
You have to do a course that has research, a thesis course. There are so many. So if you ask me what course, there are many now. You can do public health, you can do sustainability, but then you have an MA in English, so it has to be something in the linguistics or something. I can't say off the top of my head, give you a list of programs to do now, but it has to be something in that area. But then the MA in English, was it cost-based or thesis-based? That's one of the questions that I need to ask, and I probably can't waste everybody's time by asking you that here. Yeah.
Yeah, so you have to get access to her to ask these questions. Now, the next person is, what are the processes for going for PhD in quantity surveying or project management in Canada?
The process for a PhD. Okay, you need to have a master's now. You need to have a master's already. And then, of course, contact the supervisor whose research is in line with yours. So you need to have what you want to do a research on. As a PhD student, you are doing research. What are you researching on? Look for someone who can fund it, a professor who likes your study and is in line with theirs. They give you funding, you apply for admission, then you apply for visa, and then you're here. Simple.
All right, thank you. So the next person, I have a CGPA of 2.55 in mechanical engineering HND from Ghana. Can I get 100% scholarship in Canada, and how?
No. I want to say no. Off the top of my head, I've not asked questions, but I think that 2.55 and a HND probably no. You won't get 100% scholarship. You might get some partial scholarship, but not 100%. No.
Okay. So the next one is, I studied BSc Computer Science in school. If I wanted to do my master's, if possible, for me to switch to another course of study, if I don't, man, let me read this question again. Please, when you're typing your questions, try and make it easier for us to read. Yeah, so I studied computer science in school. What if I want to do my master's and I want to switch courses into like maybe cybersecurity or something along that line? What do I need? What are the requirements?
Okay, so when you ask what are the requirements, basically the requirements to do masters is to have a BSc in a related program. But then when you're talking about requirements, you have to now go to the school. Different schools have different requirements, yeah? But basically the requirement is your transcript to show your, they want to see your scores in your last 2 years, your transcript, your certificate, your IELTS if you're not from an English-speaking country, and then letters of recommendation, and then a statement of purpose. You send that to the school. If they need any other thing, they will ask. But basically, these are just the major requirements that schools will ask, except for some who will not ask for a portfolio of your writing sample or something like that. Not all schools ask that. But basically, this is the requirements. Yeah. Now it's just the way for you to structure your statement of purpose, what to tell your referees to write in a statement of recommendation, because they are going to be scoring all that in order to select people for the program. And those are some of the things that I teach in the program, how to structure your SOP as well as your letter of recommendation. Yeah. So basically, those are the requirements.
Okay, thank you, Shay. So the next question, I have a 2-2 in crop and environmental protection, but with over a decade of volunteer experience with the Nigerian Red Cross with certifications, and also certifications from International Committee of Red Cross and Red Crescent Society. I have also worked with NGOs, thereby gathering experience. Is it advisable for me to pursue my master's in an environmental course or a health-related course? And if any, can there be funding for masters?
Okay, so one thing is I don't know how far back you did the crop and science, whatever, and how long you've done the NGO and you have your Red Cross and all that. Now, this is what I'm going to say. For you to apply for a master's in something that has to do with the health area, they are going to have requirements, yeah? Some schools will say they take, no matter what program you have graduated, some will insist that you have a health, you have studied maybe a science or something program, yeah? So if they require that, that means you don't meet up for the requirements to apply, yeah? But if they say whatever you graduated with, then you can apply. So the requirements, even though you have experience in that thing, some schools will still want to see an academic, an academic qualification that is in line with what you want to study. Some schools will not. So different schools, some schools, bring down their requirements a bit, some take their requirements up. So I guess it depends. But yes, generally, yes, there's a chance. And I would advise you to go for something that I have been doing recently, if you can prove to them that you have little certifications here and there, yes.
Okay, so the next question is, what can someone in SSC study?
I've already talked about SSC before now.
Yeah, so
I talked about SSC before.
Person has gotten an answer already. So the next person studied BSc in agriculture, water management. Is there any chance for masters in philosophy in Canada?
No.
All right, so you have your answer, no.
I don't know the relationship personally. I don't see the relationship with agriculture, and I mean, if I'm in the committee, admission committee, I will not take you.
Okay, so the answer is no. Now the next person, I'm an undergraduate studying history and international studies. What can I study in Canada?
You have to pay me to tell you that.
All right, so
that's such a specific question now. Oh, let's take it out of here.
So you know what to do. Kindly use the link and purchase a course and get direct access to her. So we have 5 minutes to go. Okay, the next question is, can I use Master's Communication Network from UK with PASS to study MSc in Public Health in Canada?
Masters in Communication
Network
and Public Health. They are not related now. Off the top of my head, though, I don't think that you can be able to convince an admission committee to give you admission, except you have done, while you were doing your master's, you did little, all these little trainings you do, and then you have some experience in that. If not, you can't jump from like computer science to health. Do you understand? Just a clean jump like that. No, except you've done something in between. Maybe you have some work experience, you did little trainings here and there. If not, no, you can't. I mean, it's natural. You can't. I know everybody wants to do health, but it's not really like that.
Okay, this is another question that will be interesting. I finished BSc in 2007. Can I go for my master's? I am above 45 years old.
Yes, definitely you can.
Okay. Okay, so age is not a problem.
Age is not a problem. You have to be creative in the way you apply.
And Shay can help you.
You have to be creative.
The application.
Age is not a problem.
Don't dull yourself. All right. As a medical doctor, are there opportunities for masters? This question is funny, but let me just ask it. As a medical doctor, are there opportunities for masters in Canada? Then most medical schools don't use CGPA. Hope one can still apply for funding, even considering that.
Most medical schools don't give CGPA. Is that what he said?
They don't use CGPA when they are.
What do they use now? What do they use? Medicine is quite well, I guess on the master's level, yes, but it is very competitive. So I doubt that they will not use CGPA. They must have a way of like rating the students, yeah. And I believe that CGPA is one of them. It's not the only thing, but it's like 40% of it. So your CGPA matters, yeah, especially for something like medicine. It does. Very competitive.
Okay, so what's the next question? Most of these questions, you've already answered them. And
yeah, a lot of times they are similar questions.
Yeah. Okay.
Someone is saying I just joined and missed a lot. Will you be sharing this meeting or something?
Well,
that's why.
Check your emails.
I see someone asking.
Check your emails because I'll send you the replay for the webinar. So check your emails, okay? You get an email from us. So you can watch the full webinar from start to finish on your own time. Then
yeah.
Okay, so
and then they'll see a lot of the answers to the questions, especially those who are joining late. They'll probably see where their questions, similar questions were answered.
Okay, so that's that. Let me look for a question of mine had anything to do with. Okay, let's read this one. I had my undergraduate program at Osun State University, where I studied chemistry and education. I graduated at 2-2. I recently concluded my master's degree in Lagos State University, where I studied chemistry with a CGPA of 4.37. I am a teacher and I would love to study chemistry at PhD level. How possible is that?
It's possible, though they didn't put any years, so I don't know when they did the PhD and how long they've been a teacher. But yes, it is possible.
Well, she said I just recently concluded my master's.
Just recently, yes. They like PhD people though. So please, yes. They love when people apply for PhD. So you have PhD, if you're going for PhD, you have a better chance even than every other person.
Someone is asking how much is it going to cost me for my master's?
I don't know. So when you look through the video, you would see where I talked about how much it will cost. So for masters, depending on where you're going, masters can cost anything from, I don't know, $10,000 a year to as much as $30,000. There are schools in Ontario that cost as much as $50,000 as well, depending if you want to go to those kind of schools, you understand? So there's a wide range. Yeah, if you want to go up north to Saskatchewan and Manitoba, you'll be paying less than someone who is coming to Ontario or BC. So it depends on your pocket. So, so basically, so it's just a range I'm given.
Okay, thank you very much, Sheyi.
Okay.
We've taken 45, actually 1 hour, 30 minutes of your time.
1 hour, 30 minutes, yes.
We appreciate. So we've answered most of the questions. So what is going to happen is Sheyi has answered most of the questions, if not all the questions that I'm seeing here. So
okay, if you don't mind, I just saw one question I think I might like to answer. Somebody said, are most or all applications already closed for fall of 2022? And that's a good question. So colleges usually take people up until June, yeah. Even though I think that June is really late because you're going to have to apply for visa and all that. So the earlier, the better. Then in terms of universities, a lot of them will close applications in February for a September intake, yeah. But then they will open it up again for a January intake. But I think that even though you might likely miss the September intake, it's always best to start preparation now. I feel that the more time you have to prepare, the better for you, because then you have a stronger application, yeah? You can still go for fall of 2022, but even if you miss out on that, then you can go for January of 2023, and then you would be able to prepare your finances, prepare your letters, prepare your application better, okay? Yeah, so I just thought I should answer that.
all right, thank you, Sheyi. So thank you for your time. Like I said, the video will be made available to you. So check your emails. I already have an email address, so don't bother. Don't send your email to me. I'll send it to you. Make sure you check your emails and make sure you watch it, and that's that. So once again, thank you for your time, Sheyi. And
okay, thank you. So for those of us who have more questions or want to ask specific questions, so just the link is there. Just get the program, you'll get all my details, you'll be able to contact me. And trust me, I answer everybody who contacts me. I get like 1 million messages, but I answer all of them. And it's something that I love doing, and I do it with passion. So you would not be disturbing me.
all right, thank you, Sheyi.
Okay.
So we've come to the end of this wonderful webinar, and I really appreciate Sheyi. I know it was this week I contacted her and I said, hey, let's have this webinar, and she was excited to help people. So she's someone that likes to help people, and yeah. It wouldn't be a wasted investment for you. You enjoy your time working with her. So with that being said, I hope to see you in Canada next year. And
yeah, I really do, really, I hope to see you guys here. I can come and pick you from the airport, I don't mind.
No problem. No problem. So take care of yourself, everyone. Enjoy the rest of the
okay, guys.
And
you too. Bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So I'm posting the link in the chat box. So just click it right now and start your journey to Canada as soon as possible.